How's it going, everybody? I'm Lewis, and we've got some Deadman mode changes for the most recent finale and the next season coming up soon, so I'd like to take you through those. So let's start this off with changes to the new Winter Invitational finale. On the 12th of December, the Winter Deadman mode Invitational began. It's lasting until December the 17th, which is a Saturday, in which the final hour will be streamed on RuneScape's Twitch channel. So we can watch that and actually watch the finale unfold. It will be very interesting. Lots of PvP action, and personally I think that this time the clan action might be very interesting. The rule changes that will happen will be: players will be notified of the final location when the pre-fog warning kicks in. Players in the members areas will then be given teletabs in which they can teleport themselves to a random free-to-play spot. From there, there will be 5 minutes before the fog is released into the members areas. 5 minutes after this, the fog will shrink into the free-to-play area at a much faster rate than previous tournaments. This will push all the players into the final area. After it shrinks for 15 minutes, there will be a 10-minute warning to all the players that if they don't enter the final area, they'll be eliminated by the fog. At this point, a magical barrier will appear at the entrance to the final area, where players can leave and enter as they wish during the final stages. However, at the last 10 minutes, this is the only area where players can survive without the fog killing them. This will be very interesting because it will create a one-way barrier through where players can go to. So if you're trying to get in there at a later stage, then there'll be a lot of people in there trying to attack you. Then in the final area, there'll be a whole 20 minutes for them to fight it out. If after 20 minutes, multiple people have survived, the people with the most kills will win. And this time they're making sure that they are disqualifying any player that isn't in the final area at the end of the game. Because last time they found that cheeky wooks in Rimington. This is great, really means that they have very clear rules on what is correct in the Deadman finale. And I quite like the idea that they're actually pushing players into a fighting area a lot faster. Previous tournaments have been quite slow, and eventually people got round to maybe the safe areas, but especially with the first season, it just turned out to be the fog killing all the players, and whoever could tank it the longest won. Although, that being said, I feel that the third tournament was a lot more skill-based than the previous ones. Either way, obviously they are all skill-based. People have come up with really good ideas to how to stay alive. However, it's not in the spirit of the game mode. Moving on, we're going to have a look at the Deadman Season 4 changes. The 4th Deadman mode season will start just after the final hour of the Winter Deadman Invitational. And they've got a few different ideas to make this a more interesting season. First of all, XP catch-up, which will allow players to get back into the game faster if they lose out. Plenty of people do find the loss of XP in Deadman mode very annoying, especially if they've worked a lot of time into it and then it just is lost. Obviously, it is still a key part of the gameplay. However, if they make it a little bit easier to catch up in XP, then hopefully it's more balanced fights at the end. So they're now introducing a new game mechanic where you'll have 10 times XP gain in any skill you lose XP in after you die. And that'll last up to the highest XP total you have ever achieved in that skill. So for example, if you've got level 80 construction and you die and lose a lot of construction XP, then you'll then have 10 times XP gain to get back up to that level 80. And if you maybe die when you're trying to get back up to 80, perhaps you're on level 79, and you die and you lose a lot of XP, it won't be reset to level 79, it will go back up to 80. This should make every bit of progress you do in the game feel a little bit more meaningful because you don't have to do it again and again. I mean, you will have to repeat a little bit, but not as much. Which I feel that this change is quite a fair compromise between having a game that you have to keep repeating stuff and actually keeping in spirit with the game mode. The second change they're doing with the 4th season is content locking. For players that play the whole season, it will hopefully smooth out the initial experience because they'll be delaying some of the higher level content. The two things they're actually locking are Ancient Magics and the Barrows minigame. How they're locking Ancient Magics is you can do Desert Treasure up to the final stage, but you won't be able to complete the quest by talking to Azandria until the spellbook is unlocked. The lock on Ancient Magics will last an entire week. Barrows also has a lock for 2 weeks. If you attempt to enter one of the brothers' crypts, you'll receive a message telling them they can't dig through the soil when attempting to enter the Barrows' crypts. And it'll also give you a small message telling you how long you've got to wait. And as usual, some will remain unavailable. As well as that, when the Chambers of Xeric come out in January, they'll be unavailable on Deadman Worlds. So hopefully this change will make it a little bit easier for people trying to get into the game mode itself. Players like myself, I'm quite scared of it if I'm honest, because I'm not into PvP, I am into skilling though, and I feel that I could do well getting a lot of perhaps herbs and creating a lot of potions. It could be quite fun. However, like I said, a little bit scared because before there wasn't all this content locks and ways to get a little bit more XP when you do fall behind. The one thing I do say about these changes though, they're all in a good spirit of the game mode. And I'm quite happy with that, even if some people might be a little bit disappointed about things like content locking and XP catch up. If you want to watch my video on the latest Old School RuneScape update, please click here for load test, tournament mode and quality of life. And if you want to watch my video on the update before that, please click here for ballista rework and quality of life. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with the Old School RuneScape updates, stat blocks and polls, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.